Question 2. What should the number one global warming initiative for the next administration be?
Well, we've got to put a price on carbon. Carbon dioxide is odorless, tasteless, and invisible. And so it becomes out of sight, out of mind. And it's invisible to the economy as well. And so it's not factored into the choices. And as a result, even with the leadership of some companies, too many around the world feel like it's perfectly fine to treat the Earth's atmosphere as an open sewer. 70 million tons every day, with that amount increasing day by day. And we have to make it visible, and we have to put a price on it. Now, there are 2 ways to put a price on it. I mentioned one, which is to eliminate the payroll tax and replace it with a CO2 tax. I strongly believe in that. It's considered so implausible, my political opponents never even attacked me on it, because they just assumed it was so out there that nobody would even believe I proposed it. But I have every time I've run the last 15 years. But the second way to put a price on carbon is with a treaty that puts a cap on the total emissions and steadily reduces that cap, and then allocates the right to emit within that cap and allows trading, so that the economy will then establish a price. The market will establish a price for carbon. And in Europe, that system is already beginning to work pretty powerfully, pretty well. And if the United States joined that, then the entire global system would operate very powerfully to reduce carbon. The new negotiations will begin December 3rd in Indonesia, in Bali. And I spoke at the United Nations last week and called for an emergency meeting of heads of state to review those negotiations, also for heads of state to go themselves instead of just sending delegates, and then have an emergency meeting at the UN every 3 months until that new treaty is negotiated. I think we need a global Marshall Plan, grinding poverty and hunger in the world, so that get these poor countries on board with this. We need to get our act together in this world. We need to end that genocide in Darfur and the HIV/AIDS pandemic and the dying of millions unnecessarily, children every single day, every year in the world. And the way to get our act together is the same way that World War II generation did, by rising to meet this great challenge and gaining the moral authority and vision to take on these other challenges. And the place to start is to join this worldwide treaty and join the rest of the world and providing leadership instead of bringing up the rear and dragging the world down.
Thank you.